Hopefully this works. Screwed up that way. Turn this thing on. All right, hello everybody. I think this microphone is working. We'll find out. Let me know if you can hear me way back here like this. Hopefully, finally got one of these DJI mics that everybody suggested I get. I'm sure it's kind of weird for this, but whatever. If I put it under here, it'll be like literally stabbing me in the neck. I think it should be actually working well. Good. And Lara is here and Catherine is lying down. So for the last 3 days, I have been, me and Lara have had horrible fever and flu. And week before that was Catherine just had this cough and it still hasn't gone away for her. It's been going on for a very long time. And so that's why you haven't seen a whole lot of uploads the last couple of days. And yeah, it was pretty brutal. And I feel bad because a lot of people came to the Beaver. And for the last 2 days, I just wasn't able to get there. It was not safe anyway. Other people would have caught it. It's clearly contagious. And so anyway, yeah, we're kind of like through it now. But we still are, for now anyway. Maybe this afternoon I'll be back out there. But I'm a little stuffed up and all that. I've got, thanks to a subscriber that unfortunately the names are not coming to me right now. I apologize. I meet a lot of people. They brought me Neocitrin from Canada. And if you don't know what Neocitrin is, it's like the drink that you drink when you get a flu or anything like that. So it's fantastic and can help your voice quite a bit. Oh, that's nice. It doesn't taste too bad or anything. We had a lot of rain, and because my thing is outdoor here, I'd add more, just a little bit, because some rain can get in. And I looked at, there's about like this much more water than there should be in there. So that's something I have to keep in mind. If it rains, I still have to make sure I come here. So there you go. Anthony, I was there at your grand opening. Hey, wow, fantastic. Thank you, Anthony. We could use it back though. That'd be nice. Actually, it's been really, really busy. I'm not going to complain. I think this has been the busiest week since we opened. Something like that. Or like we've had the best 7 days out of the last 10 days, something like that. Yesterday was okay. It wasn't great, but Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, wow. We've been doing really, really good day live. So it's been very, very, very great. Can't complain at all. And we have, so remember I put that general manager in charge just recently, and he was my right hand. He's always kind of been that way. But I'm going to keep him on, and he's going to be doing other things. He'll be here at the farm and construction stuff that we're doing and stuff like that. But, you know, some people have talents in one place, but they're really not very good for another. And unfortunately, we had to replace him for general manager of a restaurant. He just doesn't have what it takes for the restaurant part of it. Doesn't understand the customer service side of it. Doesn't understand just food cost stuff. He's just not grasping anything. And we train him and teach him and then even made him have a notebook and write things down. And then, you know, we can follow up with him on all those things, and he needs to make sure they get done. And it just wasn't happening. And he was struggling, and I could see that he was trying so hard to please, but it was hurting him really a great deal. I felt bad for him at the same time, but I was like, and I was sick of yelling at him. I was just like, I can't keep yelling at you. This is basic stuff. Anyway, so we now have an experienced, we went out and got a bunch of resumes for an experienced general manager. And yes, we're paying very well for that. It's worth it. I need somebody that takes care of everything. You know, like simple things, like when you come into the restaurant, it's welcome to the Beaver. All the girls should say it at the same time, and they're noticing, you know, that kind of thing. And remember people's names and remember what they order and ask them, hey, do you want another whatever they normally have? all the customer service aspects, they have to be drilled on it and never ending. Stay in uniform. They must be in uniform at all times. Food has to, everything that, if you came 3 months ago, you come tomorrow, the quality and the taste must be identical. And consistency is extremely important, those kind of things. And they weighing every bit of the food too, because I can't be losing money all the time. I'm paying people to eat. I don't want to pay people to eat. They're supposed to pay me to eat. So yeah, there's so many different things. So starting Monday, tomorrow, that's when we have a new general manager, an experienced general manager who actually came highly recommended from friends of mine from Iloilo. So it worked out really well. We'll see. Worked out well, and as in it only took me 4 or 5 days to find a good enough applicant to bring in. It was a great deal of management experience. So let's find out, right? Tomorrow will be the big day. Anyway, so here at the farm, just got in, and may, you know, have a great voice or whatever with this whole flu. Lara's over there eating her Fruit Loops. She loves to just eat them right out of there's little baggies, little packages. And I'm going to show you real quick. This got, I don't know what kind of stabilization it's got, so I'm just going to go slow. All right. There we go. So yeah, everything seems to be working good. I can hear the pump going in there, so that's good. But yeah, there's like, you can see I think, a little growth there. It's only been a few days, but I love to see how they're still green and fresh. And so they are growing. That is good. That's a very, very good thing. We're getting a little bit of rain still. We're almost going into summer. So right now, you know, we get 50% sunshine, I guess, and 50% rain. And some days 100% sunshine, don't get me wrong. But today I think we're going to be 40-60. 60% sun, or at least somewhat, and then the rest rain. And in the garden, though, we actually have, these plants are growing. That one there, that one there, that one there, and there. There's 2 right there. But that's from a whole line, so far, that's what we have to show for it. This was just, let's just stick it in and see. And by the way, the reason that you see it looks like sawdust or whatever, no, that's like the, oh, what's it called? The husks from when the rice and when they're cooking them or something like that. Anyway, it's supposed to be good fertilizer. So that's why it has that look. It's not sawdust. And in this one, all the lettuce seemed to be dyed. And I have more at the bar, but I was so rushed this morning I forgot. But yeah, they all seem to have died in here. But the good news is I have a pH monitor now to stuff into this soil, which I have in the house, so I'll go get it. And we can find out what's going on. Maybe that one's just got a bad pH level on it. We're going to figure that out. But either way, I want to build bigger, much bigger beasts than this. And now that I have that other general manager coming, I can bring JV back here and we can do bigger concrete pads or whatever and construct our own using like a pond fish pump and using large PVC pipe, cut the holes. And apparently the best thing to do is just make a little slot, then use like a heat gun or a hairdryer even, warming it up, and then take a wine bottle and just shove it in point down, and it'll make the hole perfectly round for you, and it'll cool, right? And it'll just stay like that. And then you could drop those plastic baskets I have into each of them. And so we could make a whole system that like starts from that back end, and we can have them go all the way around. We'll see. Maybe we'll go from that side, but my electricity starts here, so I'd rather, that one's empty anyway, so I can start one over here, go around that corner, get rid of that one. And we are going to replace all these. Like I said, we're not going to wait for the plywood to break down and the glue to break down or anything and then have contaminated food. No, thank you. Once I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, no. So this is just for now, and then we're going to pull that all out. We'll come up with other ideas, because I might still want to have soil, but I don't know if I can make it work just on all hydroponics. I might actually do that. It's so much cleaner to be able to do something like that. And it's kind of like it runs itself. You don't have to you're not pulling weeds and all the other stuff that comes with it. And so it might be easier, more manageable, and it may actually grow faster. So we'll find out. Now, I don't have you know, this is not plastic or anything, right? So this is just mesh to keep out the bugs. And then I have it all the way around the edges so that rats can't get in and underneath. And so I can't have like grow lights in here or that kind of thing unless I get like IP68 or something like that, waterproof and lights and stuff like that. And also then the neighbors will be like, what the heck's going over there? I don't know. But I think I can do it. We get a lot of sun, and I'm about to go into summer. This is the Philippines. Things grow like crazy. It's a tropical place. And so add water to summer, I think we'll be okay. We're going to find out. Anyway, so that's the plan. But today, I'm going to take the seeds that I've started, you know, that sprouted out, and we'll just tent them with air. I know people had pointed that out, with the grow lights. And I'll do them in like these type of things. These are fully saran, I know. We're not going to do that. But we'll put a few of these just so they can keep growing a little bit larger inside a cell. And that way, when I have the place to put them, I can just put them right into those. But I can do something for now because I got all these seeds that have all germinated. And I don't know how big they are. Let's find out. Laura, she's playing right now, but I'm sure she'll join us soon. You know Laura, she loves the camera. I think this goes higher. It doesn't go any higher. All right. How many headaches can I ask for? Actually, this is supposed to resolve a headache, because a lot of times you go to the market and it'd be like, sir, no potatoes. If the main supplier, the wholesaler that gets them in from that potato farm in Baguio or whatever, I know we haven't started potatoes yet, but I'm going to come up with some plans and try to make it work. There are ways to keep the soil cool and more dry, and I'm going to figure them out. Anyway, so it could be onions. It could be, there's a ton of things that happen here. Then all the other stalls all over the place, they don't have any either. Or we have right now, like onions have gone back, shot up in price. Potatoes are finally coming down to a point where frozen fries are not cheaper. Thank God, because I don't want to sell frozen fries. I sell real made potato fries. And so for me, it's very, very important to be able to be sustainable and be able to still sell at a price that is reasonable. And that's the real big struggle here. I'm not in Siargao. I'm not in Lona Beach. I'm not in Boracay. I'm not in all the other big tourist places where you can charge a lot more. And so therefore, I have to charge, like local type prices. And in order to do that, you have to really be perfect. The margins are very, very extremely low. And people think, oh, but the labor's so cheap and everything. Yeah, but it's all relative. You don't pay $5 for a meal at home, or $4, that kind of thing. That same meal will be $25 at home. So it's all relative in the Philippines. And I compete with, like if you ever come down to Rojas City, all the vendors that set up these, like food truck type things. They set up all these professionally looking things, selling burgers and coffee or whatever, and they do more business than me, but none of them have business permits, none of them pay taxes, none of them pay rent, none of them pay anything. They just, husband and wife runs it or whatever, and they'll do more than my bar in a whole day. They'll do $300, $400, $500 in a day, easy. Like some of them, I know there's this one guy who does the rotisserie chicken, and he's pretty open about it, that he does about 60,000 pesos a day. And all he has is a little rotisserie thing there. And he has, like I said, no expenses. It's all cash and doesn't have to worry about paying bills or anything like that. But keep in mind, I just said 60,000, that's his sales. He's literally making 10 pesos a chicken. And so that means the competitors down the road, he has to be relative to that guy's price. But the other guy's selling huge volume, making his 10 pesos a day, but he sells so many of them that he can take home his 5,000 or 10,000 pesos or 4,000 or 5,000 pesos in a single day. Certainly better than a 500 peso job for him and his wife. So say 1,000 pesos a day if they both worked. So for him, he's like, hey, I make 5,000 pesos in a day, but his margins are 8%, like total, like markup is 8%. So you can't compete in that type of business unless you set yourself apart or be in a location where you can charge a lot more. So I've learned so many lessons opening this bar and restaurant here, right? And the first one for me is, I know I'm going off topic here, I'm not really planting anything, is location, location, location. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, those are like the most important thing when you're setting up a business. And I'm right on the beach, beautiful beach, everything else. So I got location. But on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can walk down that beach at 1 o'clock and there'll be nobody, absolutely nobody. So I don't have the second location. And then the third location, I am in the seafood capital of the Philippines. And I'm trying to sell burgers and nachos and wings and, you know, the stuff that Canadian bar food sort of thing. And so you got all that bar food there, and everybody comes down and they're like, "Oh, I'll have a beer, but I'm going to go to a seafood restaurant. I'm in Rojas City, the seafood capital of the Philippines." So I might get a whole beer out of them, and then they go to the restaurants down the way. And so I made a big mistake on that too, and that is, people just literally come to our city just because of the seafood, and that's all they want. They'll come and have a beer and hang out and like the ambiance, but then they're saying, "I'm sorry, we're going to have dinner over there." And so yeah, that's something I missed out on, and I learned a lot of lessons on this. So we are going to be putting in, Catherine is going to be working with the new general manager to come up with a seafood menu on our menu. So you'll be able to go, and burgers will still be there. We're still going to have everything, but the seafood. We also put it all through a spreadsheet. For 3 months now, we've been tracking every single thing that we sell. So I was able to stick that in AI and say, how many burgers did I sell? Or what's the least selling item? What's the most selling item? That kind of thing. And we're going to remove all the things that barely ever sell and take it right off the menu. So that's the plan. We're going to push that in. And so I'm going to hopefully have location. But unfortunately, for the short term, medium term, I don't know. We don't have the 3 locations, right? I don't have the foot traffic during the week on the beach there. It's just a ghost town during the day. They're all at work. Yeah, at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, yes, the vendors I'll pick up and people start coming out, and we do okay business, but it's not what I would call a successful location for that one reason. It's missing the third one. So I am going to be going to Dumaguete first, because a subscriber who lives in Texas but was born in Dumaguete contacted me and said, if you want to put one in Dumaguete, I would like to be one of your partners on it, just financial. He's going to stay in the United States, but he's like, I'd love to see one in Dumaguete. And my existing partners, my deal with them was, if they put up their percentage, very small percentage in the beginning, I won't ask them for more money. I will self-fund it, and I have been self-funding it since the first day. And so I'm not going to go back to them and say I need more money or anything like that. But if they want to be involved in another location, they certainly can. But this is another option here where Dumaguete is going to be a lot more money to set up. You're not just setting up on a temporary looking, beach bar. It would be an actual location, but the traffic there should be tremendously higher, and the prices that you can charge, everything else. So staffing should be a lot easier. There'll be a lot more people for the service-oriented type business. Like here, we can put out for a waitress, and we might get 3 resumes total. And then if you're lucky, if you can ask all 3 to come in for an interview, you're lucky if 1 chose. It's not like what people think, that there's so many people looking for work. Not so much the case. So anyway, so Dumaguete might be a better option. I'm just going to go look. I'm going to scout it. I'm going to look at the restaurants. What's it like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, for example? What kind of traffic do I see walking around? Where is all the traffic? That kind of thing. And maybe I'll come out of there going, there really isn't that much traffic to really make sense for a business, or maybe it will. Because I wasn't really paying attention to that the last few times I was there. I was looking for like livability, that kind of thing. But I know when we were in Alona Beach in Bohol, oh my gosh, like it looked busy, like so busy. And it was a Tuesday, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the beach was so busy, and there's people laying out in towels and wandering around, and restaurants and bars doing really great. But I also didn't see anything empty anywhere. So clearly everybody else knows it's a good place to set up a business. So yeah, but it's like Boracay, right? It's going to be very busy. But Boracay, I know, because there's a girl there that told us when we were trying to figure out like what kind of costs. And she has this little barbecue stand. She does good business. But her rent for that, what is that, 1 square meter? Like, it's really small. right at the end of Dima, is 90,000 pesos a month. So what is that? $1,700 a month for 1 square meter outside, no roof, no nothing. Like, just put our own little thing there. So you can just imagine what a restaurant would go for there, for that crazy traffic that you could get from it. Yeah, it'd be a difficult thing to make any money on. So I'm looking at places that, like a Dumaguete, where it's kind of been developed. There's a lot of places, that kind of thing. And maybe you can still get a lease at a reasonable price. Maybe. We'll find out. I'm not even sure. By the way, 291 of you here, only 58 likes. If you don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate that. And even though I'm not going to be able to see all these chats right now, I will be able to see them after. I can then go into the video and look at them. I'm going to have it set to on so that anybody can read the comments. So anyway, Laura, you going to say hi? You come say hi? You know, somebody recently said, I think I put it in the video there, that they're like, Laura's the actual star. She's become the big star. It's not you anymore. And I'm like, I know. Nothing wrong with that, right? That's pretty great. Anyway, so let's see. My Neocitron there. Thank you to Canada. Neocitron. Let's see what we're going on here. And yes, I know. Oh, this one again. I knew this one was probably not going to do anything. I had tried these seeds so many different ways that I pretty much drowned the hell out of them. And sure enough, look at that. They're not going to do anything. So I didn't think they were going to. Yeah. Because these have been tried in 5 different ways every way to Sunday. So I wasn't expecting them to actually sprout. And I think these are the same thing. That was part of the whole experimenting process, so that I could figure out what worked. And, you know, people, because, you know, the crazy thing is that you're like, Michael, we told you 100 times you need to keep them out of the light and in the dark. But I could find just as many people that are like, you need them in the sunlight, you need them in a window, you need them under heat lamps. Like, it's, the internet is full of experts, right? So, you know, best way was to just say, okay, I'm going to try all of your ideas. Let's see if any of them come to fruition. And they did. So now I know. Cool, dark, dry area. Well, cool. It's the Philippines. It's not cool, but not in the sun and not in the heat. And it worked good. And believe it or not, so none of these worked. That was a known thing. Believe it or not, having the paper towel in warm water or hot water and let it cool, either way, then put the seeds in, actually was the best of them. Then put it in a cool, dark area, dry area, because that's where these things start to sprout. So there you go. These are, I want to use the tweezers, but I have to go get them in the house. Apparently you can't touch them, so I'm not going to touch them. Hopefully it doesn't rain on me. It's starting to get dark out here. Make it more like a sandwich, huh? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all that. Huge amounts of seed sprouting right there. So we have some stuff that I can put them in cells. Still use the liquid that I'm supposed to use. Allow them to grow under the heat lamp now, which should be faster than these because it's out in the sun. Or I mean, those are in the sun and they will be 24-hour sun, essentially. Or it's not a heat lamp, it's a UV lamp or something. Yeah, these all grew too. So yeah, we got lots of seed growth. This is going to be no problem. I've got a lot here. And I don't think it's going to take long. I think within 4 weeks, people will be like, oh my gosh, look at that. So I think I need to definitely get the concrete. Oh, come in. Get the concrete done and get these new pipes in and make our own. Who is this? Who is this? You gonna say hi, everybody? Hi. What's your name? Lara. Lara. How old are you? 4. No way. Are you being shy? You're never shy. Huh? You like to do your own vlogging sometimes too, don't you? Huh? Yeah? Yeah, sometimes you do your own vlogging. You pick up the phone on me. Or the phone, sorry, you pick up the camera and you just start filming and I didn't even know. And I come down and I go to edit and I'm like, who made all these videos? She's all smiles. If you are just joining now, Me and Lara have had a fever for several days, right? We got a fever. We were so hot. Yeah, and we were sick. Yeah, so we weren't able to go to the Beaver for 2-3 days, something like that. Her mother, Catherine, has been, she was sick for a week, eh? Mommy had a cough. She still has the cough. Yeah.
Baby?
Yes, baby.
Are you so wet?
It's just sweat. Just sweat. And so anyway, and Catherine's laying down, so therefore, just me and Lara hanging out here while she chills out and relaxes. Like, she's been doing everything for us for the last few days because I can't go. So Catherine's been going to the bar, meeting with people, making sure things are going well and everything. Well, we were, oh my gosh. And the day of the hockey, I got a message. So when it was Canada-US final, and we got a message saying, can't find the channel. And I'm like, oh gosh, we have 28,000 channels. And sometimes our staff can get confused. And I was so sick and I couldn't even talk. My head total laryngitis or whatever you want to call it, strep throat, who knows. And I did not want to leave the house, but I had no choice. So I raced over there because we had so many people waiting for the game. And it was in the morning. Like, yeah, oh, thank you. And so I get there. And of course, they figured out the channel by the time I was there. But everybody wanted to talk to me. And I'm like, I can't talk. I can't. I'm trying. I'm like, you don't want to be anywhere near me. And I need to get out of here. I was dying. I was absolutely dying. I could not. My throat was burning so bad. Anyway, lots of zinc and vitamins and all that stuff. And here we are. But we're still kind of staying out of public. Like Laura and I have the same thing. So it's no big deal. And Catherine gave it to us. So really, all the three of us are fine together. But yeah, we're just kind of avoiding people and everything. And I felt bad because so many people came to the Beaver to see us. And some of them, I know, didn't get any time. But I don't want to make them sick. That would make their travel to the Philippines a terrible, absolutely terrible thing, right? We don't want to get people sick, right? That's right. That's right.
Daddy, I get over right here.
Oh no. Oh no. But are you feeling better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were.
Daddy, I found it that eat their food.
Yes, I know. Well, your Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
Did you eat them all?
Mm-hmm.
You like Fruit Loops? Yeah. So please, by the way, guys, if you come to the Beaver, please stop buying her junk food. No more candy. You can buy her the little box cereal stuff, that kind of stuff. That's cool. Or, you know, do you like clothes? You like clothes?
Huh?
She's a princess. So if you're at any princess
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
whatever,
so
she's 4 years old. Well, scratch. And you lost your shoe. And that kind of stuff. But please don't buy her any more junk food. People keep buying it. And
I'm so easy.
we can try to avoid the spoiling thing. You know, she's getting spoiled about things and then she's attitude, right? No attitude, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's supposed to be raised in a very conservative way where you clean sometimes, right? You sweep. Yeah. And soon you're going to have that kind of chore. So we're trying to teach her the old ways, you know? Oh, look at this. You just got $5 from Bugs 7 for Superstar Laura. You're a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Are you a princess?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Which princess are you? Which one? What's your favorite princess?
Pink.
Pink. But what's the name of your favorite princess? Can you remember? Is it Elsa?
No.
No, not no more. Who's the new one? Who's the new one? Huh? Who's your new princess? Put the shoe on. Put the shoe on. There you go. Who's your new favorite princess? You're not sure? Well, we're at a moment here. She almost always knows her princesses and knows exactly which one she's going to be. So look at everybody saying hello to you, Princess Laura. So cute, so cute. Oh, and recently, just before she got sick, so I hope the little girl didn't get sick, you got to play with a friend at the Beaver, remember, at the beach? You remember? What was her name, Ava? I think her name was Ava. They visited from Iloilo.
Yeah, Ava.
Yeah, that's right. And they have successful businesses all over, that kind of thing. They do quite well. Anyway, and they said, we're going to bring her over. They were very late, but anyway, they got to play all night at the beach, right? You were playing very late at the beach with her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you had a good time. When I say very late, like 9:30. Yep. But yeah, they played and played and played. It was so much fun. Did you see? Look at our little plants. Look at that. Look at them. See them? Well, that one kind of popped out, and I think it didn't live because of that. See, like that. Look at that. Where is that? Is that going to be a vegetable? Yes. Good girl. So many of them, eh? Look at that. There's a few that are not going to go. I can tell right away, but lots of these look quite good. Yes, they do. Just got to give it some time and sunshine. But yeah, like that one. Maybe that'll survive. I don't know. There's not much in that thing. That one died too. So some of them need to be replaced already, I can tell. Right? But some of them are good. So you're going to be farmer, Laura? Huh? You're going to be a farmer? Yes. We have an idea? What's your idea? You're just going to check it? All right. So anyway, that's what's been going on. I know people are like, oh, I need to weigh in on this whole Canada-US thing and everything. And why? I haven't been in Canada in 5 years. I'm proud I was born in Canada. You know, it's a great country. It's beautiful and everything else. I kind of stay out of the politics. None of that matters when you're in the Philippines. Like, who cares to me? Like, once you're here, it no longer affects you in any way. Also, I don't think people realize that as a Canadian, when I ordered something from Amazon and it came from the United States, it came from Canada, came from wherever, any other country. When you came and it was delivered by either an Amazon delivery guy, Pure Later, which is our Federal Express, that kind of thing. Anyway, when they showed up at the door, they handed you a bill and you had to pay them on the spot for that bill. And it was duty, right? So it didn't matter if I bought, I don't know, it could be a memory stick for my computer or something like that, and it was $200. They would be there $60 right at the door. They won't give you the package until you pay for it. And that was a normal thing in Canada. As an American, they could buy things from China, from Canada, from everywhere. They were able to just get it tax-free. 100%, no duty, no nothing. Some cases, some tax-free, but sure, it might be a state tax or something or whatever, but the duty wasn't there. And so most countries in the world, just if you're in the Philippines, you order something on Amazon from the US, and I think it's over $50, $60, something like that, you have to pay duty, but Amazon collects it. That's the only difference. There is no delivery driver here to take your money. But yeah, so people don't realize that like the rest of the world pretty much has duties. And so the fact that America is going to now do duties or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, and like we had to pay them all the time. And it made me choose, like when I was on Amazon, I would say, does it ship from Canada? It actually was something I looked for so that I didn't have to pay the duties. Well, it changes buying habits and stuff like that. And so duties kind of work. It does force you to go, let me see if I can't buy this not from China, that kind of thing. So anyway, like I'm just taking it from a perspective and being non-political about this because God forbid online you never want to be political. I'm just telling you the facts. Why's your foot out of your shoe? I itch it. Scratch your foot? What am I supposed to do about your itchy foot? Oh, did you get a bite? That's why. I think you had a mosquito bite or a bug bite or a spider bite or... Yeah, maybe don't scratch it, actually. Put some water on it. Here. Anyway, so yeah, that part there. And yeah, we have... you're never going to get me on your side to say that, oh, we should allow fentanyl into Canada and everything else. And, oh, there's only 1 ton or 5 tons of fentanyl. It's been, what, 6 months since my brother passed away from fentanyl poisoning as a drug-addicted man living on the streets as one of those zombies. So you will not see me ever saying, yay, we should just allow fentanyl to flow into the country, and I don't care the amount, I don't care of anything, and you'll never convince me otherwise, because, yeah, that's why. So I have my own personal reasons, and I don't care about the politics of it. It shouldn't be allowed, and should be the worst drug in the entire world. Anyway, so let's go. Let's see. For those that came, I know there's 358 of you in here. There we go. Now we can actually see. So, yep, this is going to be, we're going to build a whole system like this. because these eventually will get too big for these little cups, right? And then you got to make a bigger one. And I have big cups like that, right? Oops, sorry, like that. Big black ones that are inside the house there. And we're going to get big PVC pipe. We're going to cement this whole thing like that. And then we're going to have a whole system that we run on our own that follows down using fish pond pump, so it's much more powerful, and a big tank so we can cover this whole area. And we're going to have a huge hydroponic setup here. I'm sure that it's going to work now. I'm very positive just based on what I see here. We do get a lot of sun, and we're about to go into sunny, rainy summer season. And so, in fact, we have, water, and the water seems to be working, so it's not going to be a problem. As you can see, she's got it on low, but yeah. And I do see growth in the soil. If you're joining now, it's just like these seeds are only a few days, maybe 5 days old or something. So there's one there, one there, one there that growed. That one, a little one starting there. And I only planted just a few here. And I think those might be also just 2 rows, just small rows in there. Over here, I only see one that has seemed to have done something. It could be a weed, so we'll find out a little bit later. I don't know quite yet, but that's one line there. And then, of course, the lettuce that we replanted because I get all the roots and everything. They all died, but we'll see. I'm going to leave it a little longer. I do have a pH meter. I'm going to be able to test the soil now and get the pH level, and also figure out if the water here, what the pH level of the water is. She's just going to enjoy herself now. It's not itching, so she's scratching too much. And now that I was talking earlier, if you're just joining, we have a proper general manager, like a restaurant experience with many other places experience. We're getting a little bit of rain now too. General manager. Things are going to change a little bit for the better. Beaver's going to do much better and everything starting Monday. And but then also here at the farm, I'm going to have my right hand. He was acting as general manager. It's not his thing. He's going to come down here and he's going to get things going. After he's done the construction he's doing at the Beaver. And we're going to get that pad poured in, and we'll do that. But I also have like little things like the gate here. Right now I have to put a rock. And I want, a bungee cord there, strap back maybe up there, so that this slams automatically and closes with a handle on it, a clasp, padlock, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, it's starting to rain, baby. Just a little bit though. I think it's going to pass really quick. And also I want to get this whole thing cleaned up and everything. This is David's property. It lets me use it for free. So I'm going to, contribute a little bit. Especially if I go to all hydroponics, then I'm going to have all that dirt. And I can make them like a nice flower garden in here or something like that. Just clean it up. I get it for free. Like, oh my goodness. All right, I'm coming. Yes, we got rain, don't we? And every time the girls come in here, I don't know them very well, but they're David's people, the owner. But they come in here and they clean all the time, and I feel bad. I'm like, oh, we'll clean, just, I don't do it every day right away. Yeah, that's my problem, obviously. pH meters, here we go. There's one here. See the 2 different things. I think one is soil, one is water. I'm not sure. Or you stick them both in, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out probably after this live. So I got 2 of those. Got more liquids in there. These are the big cells I was talking about when I make the custom one. These are 3 inches, so that's going to handle a very large plant. And I think that'll be enough to be the full size for vegetables. I don't think this is going to last. This is going to just be a quick little shower because I see blue clouds up there. Like blue sky with clouds, sorry. I think we'll be all right. All right, let me see if I can't see your comments now, because I'm on my phone. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Anthony. Yeah, the stuff is evil. Yep. Fentanyl literally was made just to make people more and more addicted. Well, I know it's the ultimate painkiller for people that are on the way out or something, but it certainly was replicated for that reason. Just filled out my passport renewal. I can't relocate fast enough. Hey, there you go. Been with my wife 30 years, only learning Tagalog now at age 50. Yeah, and it's tough. You know, when I lived in Albania, before I lived here, I lived in Albania, which is just north of Greece. No one speaks English. They speak Greek or they speak Albanian. When you're put into that situation, you have to. You have no choice. You can't survive. You know, you have to start learning. At least all the phrases that you're going to need, the words that you're going to need. You don't have to become super fluent, but you got to be able to say what you want. And yeah, that was a challenge. But you come to the Philippines, I can move a little bit more, and it's not a challenge because everybody just speaks to you in English. And I'll even get people telling me that they like talking to me because it's a way to practice their English. So, you know, they don't want to speak to me in whatever. And unlike like Albania, you just learn Albanian and you can speak all over the country. Here, you have to learn generally the local language. You can get away with Tagalog almost everywhere, right? But in many cases, believe it or not, Catherine was saying you're better off having the English than Tagalog in some real rural areas where they only speak a local dialect that is quite harsh. And they're going to have a hard time understanding you sometimes. And so, but English, it's like, yeah, whatever. They're going to know, especially if they're younger. Because schools here taught in English. Award ceremonies, that kind of thing. You go to the gas station, all the signs. So you go to the mall, every sign you see everywhere, every street sign, every stop sign, everything is in English. So English is not, you can't not know English. You just wouldn't be able to do very well in this country. Legal documents, everything is done in English. So yeah, English is a big thing here. So that's where Philippines stands out by far, because you come to this country, you don't have to try to figure out this legal document that's in Thai or something like that. Everything is in English, so you'll be able to understand what you're doing. You can go anywhere. And like I said, you know, you often don't need to even learn the language if you don't want to, but you're going to miss out because, especially negotiating, if you're people are talking behind your back, that kind of thing. But they may also be speaking a crazy dialect that is 3 or 4 steps away from Tagalog. You know, there's some dialects that are much closer to Tagalog, but then there's some that are so far out that they have completely different meanings for words, like opposite. I'm trying to think of an example right now, but there are some that one's a dog and one's a, I don't know, a truck. You know, it's like completely different. That's a bad example, but yeah, there are some really, really difficult languages here to learn. But yeah, so it makes it harder. If you were pushed into it like I was in Albania, I'd be a lot better at it, that's for sure. I'll come work for Mike, yeah, and grill the salmon Alaska style. There you go. There's no salmon that I've seen. You can get it at S&R, and it's very, very expensive, like $80. But yeah, nothing like that. And you can't work for me, sorry. Unless you're a Filipino or have a work permit for that specific thing, but not likely. Planning on coming out at least 90 days and then potentially head back to wrap up loose ends. Can't wait to be in the Philippines with my wife. Fantastic. Let's make Canada 51st state. You know, all this war stuff affects me. I'm paid in Canadian dollars, right? YouTube pays me in Canadian dollars. And my gosh, the dollar, Canadian dollar just keeps going down and down and down. And therefore I make less money every month. So I'd love be paid in US dollars. That would be absolutely amazing. But I don't want to deal with, you know, another set of taxes. No, thank you. Hope there's no harm. Oh no, there's nothing here. It's this is a brand new Kubo or whatever. So other than brand new dishes that are in here and all that stuff, the only thing cleaning stuff that we have is this. Right now is this dish soap and this we bought, which is pretty darn safe, and it's up top. Yeah, there's nothing in here for her. She's just playing with one of those baskets and her bottle of water. She's pretty. It's not like the West. You don't have to bubble wrap your children as much here. People, you know, kids really don't. They don't get in a lot of trouble here. Not too bad. I guess some do. Hey, Michael Onstad, expat health insurance guy. There you go, brothers. If you're ever looking for health insurance, or at least find out, fellow Canadian, now insurance broker here, one of the top guys in, I believe, the whole world for Pacific Cross. Anyway, looking forward to another visit soon. Thank you, Michael. Looking forward to seeing you over at the Canadian Beaver. His link is always down in the description because so many people ask me, and I'm like, don't ask me, ask him. He knows better, and he'll answer you in 5 seconds. How much do you think rent basic studio? Oh, okay. So a studio condo is 10,000. I don't know if you'll get 10,000, but everybody who I've known who've gone there were able to negotiate 10,000 pesos a month rent with a swimming pool, everything, studio condo in a brand like relatively new condo, 5 years old, something like that. Pretty decent, modern, but it's a studio. You know, you're going to get that 20. I don't even know what is it, 27 square meters, something like that. I'm not sure, but I've stayed in them as hotel rooms. It's a condo-tel, but that's a very reasonable price. Now, a house you can get also, but then the house you're going to pay electricity, water, that kind of thing, and it won't be at the beach, but it'll be in the subdivisions. And the reason I know is a friend of mine, I don't know if he's on here right now, Tom, him and Ajebi have been going around looking at all kinds of houses. They finally chose one near SM, so it's not far from the beach. And but they had looked at many different ones, and they were all in that 10 to 15,000 peso range for, he said, decent. I've seen the pictures from the outside, that's for sure. They're definitely decent, nice 3-bedroom, modern subdivision homes. With, he said, pretty good furniture in them, like pretty modern, TV, air conditioner, that kind of thing. So that's, come on, that's a really good price, especially in this area, because 2 hours away from here in Iloilo, like really hard to find something that isn't 30,000 or more pesos per square meter, pesos per month. Unless you're in like one of the subdivisions that flood, there were so many different variables. But even a studio condo in Iloilo at Avida Park or I think Ida Vida or Festa Walk, you're going to be in that 30,000 furnished per month. That's really high. You got to get your own internet, all that stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty expensive to live there. There are some other ones. I can't remember the name of it. It's further down the river. Kind of have to walk to everything. That's a pretty good distance. That I heard people were getting 17, 18, 19, 20. So possible, but just to give you a ballpark of what's available out there. See, she can be occupied. Look at that. She's playing with a basket. Very happy in the rain. There's not much else to do in the rain. I do have fantastic internet, as you guys probably already realized. I get 700 megabytes per second here at the farm because the internet company ran it 1.9 kilometers down the road just for me. And I felt bad, but he's like, nah, you know what? Let's go for it, Michael. And let's, maybe if you talk about it, people in the neighborhood will sign up and it'll make it worth it. And yeah, so far, I think he's already had a few people sign up, which is really great. And they're really great company. Like, because it's not Globe or PLDT, well, it is, but he has all three companies that provide internet coming in. And then he has servers and everything else, and he puts it out, right? West Verdell. And so, yeah, they're a smaller supplier, probably, I don't know how many thousands of people he supplies, but the good thing about them is one goes down, Globe goes down or whatever. He has PLDT, he has the other one. I can't remember the other one's name. And he can still get internet to you. As well, I love it. Like, he has a 24-hour people on this Facebook Messenger that are real tech support. They're literally sitting in the server room. And so when you message them on there saying, hey, my internet's not working at the house, I've reset the router twice, nothing's happening. The guy's like, okay, 1 minute. Okay, let me know if that's fixed. Just like that. Not just me, like everybody who's a customer has this Facebook Messenger account. They can just talk to the guy. And that's worth it. Plus, to be honest, they're cheaper than everybody else. Everybody else is closer to 2,000 pesos a month, and they're like $16.99. So they're a couple hundred pesos cheaper. And they came out right away. No 2 weeks or a month for setup or anything like that. They came and they ran everything. Well, this took 5 days, but that's because they had to run it 1.9 kilometers down the road to get to me here. But normally I could have internet same day like they did at my house. So anyway, West Verdell, good shout out to you guys. That's amazing. They've been so good to me. Great customer service. Great customer service. I'm just waiting for this rain to end. It's getting close. And it's Sunday, so there's a lot of people at the beach, and rain will scare them away. So hopefully we still get enough business today. right? Yeah. We want business at the Beaver? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Itchy?
No, my butt's hurt.
Your butt hurts? Why?
Down right here.
Oh, you sat on the edge?
Yeah.
And you got a sore butt from the chair?
Ready? Yes, that's that.
You gonna play I Spy? Yeah. Anyway, so I was talking about this earlier. I don't know if you guys are all the same people. I don't think so. But yeah, so I'm going to be going to Dumaguete soon to look out for a second location for the Canadian beaver. And I would love to expand to all of the popular places. I have to look for a location. It has to be in a place where there's enough foot traffic during the weekday, like middle of the day on a weekday. Is there still people walking around? Is there still people in the restaurants and the bars, that kind of thing? Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be packed, but I'm just meaning like you go to our beach on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's nobody on the beach, far as you can go. But what I saw on Alona Beach in Bohol was 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. So I know it's possible to have a place where there's always traffic of some sort. Obviously in Boracay there always was, but I would never pay those kind of prices. So got to keep looking. Got to look for that next location. And then I think, believe it or not, I'll have, with the new general manager and everything, I starts tomorrow, I can get this one to break even, I hope, working together with them. But literally the next location, I expect to actually make profit because I learned all my lessons from the first one and I can go in running as opposed to crawling, then learning to walk, then learning to run. The new one will be able to start running, which would be very helpful, I think, because I learned a freaking crazy amount here. So much. Oh my gosh. It's all for good reason, I guess. There's a lot of people, especially the really negative comments. You see them on Facebook, you see them on here and all that kind of stuff. People who've been burned by things and everything. And it happens. It does happen. But I don't want to dissuade anybody because it happens 1 out of 10. It happens 1 out of whatever the number is. But you should always be careful and be wary of it. And there's just little things you can do to go along the way to protect yourself. It shouldn't scare you from doing anything here, but it should help you prepare yourself for that eventuality that it could happen, and therefore do what you can to make sure it doesn't happen. So contracts, like my contracts now for the staff are just locked down like you can't even believe, because it's just it's a big system here, and I didn't realize how crazy. I thought Canada had a horrible labor laws. Like when I say horrible, I mean really difficult to fire somebody, even if they're really terrible, that kind of thing. But no, the Philippines is far worse, far worse. And, everything is like an overcorrection, right? Like unions were a response to a major problem where people were treated like literal slaves, and the people rose up and they formed unions and struck and everything else. And then they were underpaid, everything else, and they got it fixed. And then eventually you get to a point where unions are being ridiculous. And they're asking for too much, and the unions themselves are gigantic businesses and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by overcorrection. There's a lot of that. It happens here too. So you really have to be prepared for all that kind of thing. By the way, 368 of you in here. If you can click like, thank you. Costs nothing, I promise. And by the way, thank you to the members. Like, you guys have been with me for a long time, and I know I don't make a lot of member content. I'll make more. But I just appreciate you so much, and you guys are so supportive of my channel. And I know people ask all the time, wait, I can't see members. How do I join as a member? If there's not a button that says join beside subscribe or subscribe, because you're already subscribed, if it doesn't say join, it's because you're on an Apple product. And if you're on an Apple product, Apple takes 30% of everything on an Apple device. And so they can't afford to possibly YouTube take their big cut, still pay the creator something, and give Apple 30%. It's just not possible. And so what you have to do is you just go to any Chrome browser or another device that's not Apple, anything. Just log into your YouTube account there one time. You'll see the join button on my channel. Click join. Then after you've joined, you can go back to your original device, and it now shows you as a member. You don't have to go back. You don't have to stay in that whatever way you accessed it. So it could be a Chrome browser or something like that. You can go back to your normal way of watching, and you'll be a member now. So there you go. If you're wondering, that's how it's done. Okay, I get back to questions here because I'm just talking and talking. I know there's going to be a lot. Like I mentioned to everybody earlier, I will read these comments after the fact because I'm on a phone right now. Hello from Alaska. Oh, I'm really up there, eh? That's okay. Kiln-dried, untreated lumber. Yeah, logs. Yeah, you can't get any of that stuff here, Anthony. I don't, here, if you're near like places like Baguio where there's trees and stuff like that, you just get bamboo. You get bamboo, and then you get coconut wood, that kind of thing. Everything else is just far too expensive. You can't do anything like that. Checking in from BGC. What's up, Kuya Hurt? Sorry, it's really small on my phone. I think I got it right. What's up, brother? Would it have been more economically feasible to contract somebody with running a farm to grow your... I know what people think everything's so easy. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, just go down the road, you'll find a farm. Rice fields, fish farms. This is seafood capital of the Philippines. If I keep going, eventually I'll find a farmer that's doing whatever. Usually they pick one thing, right? They farm all one thing. So they're all a potato farmer, which you won't find here, but you'll find in the north, northern Luzon, that kind of thing. You'll find whatever. Somebody just does one item, that kind of thing. And you could go there and they're going to want, obviously, okay price or whatever, but I'll need to buy my own truck and I'll need to pick it up because their distributor at the market, he picks everything up, right? He sends his truck out and he picks all this stuff up. And so I could be driving 2 hours to go get whatever vitamin, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what vegetables, but say carrots. Carrots is a cold water thing too, okay. Chilies, okay. So we gotta go all the way out there and the restaurant can buy 2 kilos of chilies because you can't buy more than that because they'll rot after about 3-4 days. So you buy 2-3 kilos. So if I drive an hour till I can buy chilies for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pesos less than if I went to the market. See what I mean? Like, I'm not buying the volume. If I were going to open a distribution network, which I'm thinking and considering that, a distribution company, and find what every restaurant in the area really badly needs, and then I had my own truck and a little warehouse, and so you can buy the huge bulk and then drive around and lock it in. All these people selling every day, the truck goes around and just delivers. Nobody else is willing to do that. Maybe that's the solution. I do that. Anyway, so that makes a lot more sense, but no, I don't buy in the volume. Our restaurant's not that big. I need consistent supply. I need to be able to go to the market every 2 days. Otherwise, this food's not fresh, and you need fresh vegetables, fresh everything. And so I go negotiate with this farmer who's an hour away that I'm going to come every 2 days to go and buy chilies. That just wouldn't add up. If I had a distribution company, okay, that makes sense. If I was in a Baguio, okay, if I was in Baguio and there's vegetable farms everywhere, maybe they massive and huge, guess what? The market would be so cheap I wouldn't have to do that because supply and demand. I'm in an area where vegetables are extremely good and are available everywhere. So therefore, this whole situation wouldn't be happening. I'm in an area where farming isn't that. It's rice fields. Rice is big here, and fish farms. Really big on fish farms out here. If I send up the drone, we'll see if I still have, I think I do. You can see, as far as the eye can see, that you might see there, maybe you'll see one field of one type of something, and I'm not sure what vegetable that is. It could be one of the ones I don't use, but you can see here, it's just forever. It really is like that here. So that's the answer. That's why. I know people think doing this because A, partially true. I'm learning something. But B is really that it's just, it's a need. I have to do this. I can't, like, put it this way, McDonald's, okay? McDonald's here in Rojas City. When you go there and you get your Big Mac, there is no tomato. There's no lettuce. They sometimes have lettuce, but sometimes they don't have lettuce. But there's never a tomato. It's just the fact of life here that even McDonald's can't get supply. So I'm not the only one here that struggles with supply and those kind of things. Even McDonald's struggles with the supply, which is insane, right? So I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love trying new things. I'm experimenting. The fact that I got this field for free helped me because I'm kind of like, I'm a very ambitious person, obviously. I'm risk adverse, obviously. But, and so if I found a farm that I was like, okay, that's it. I'm locking in for a 50-year lease with transfer rights and everything else. And I jumped into it and I'm like, don't like doing farming. We either just sat on that lease forever or I finally find somebody to buy the lease because you get transfer rights. If you're going to do a 50-year lease on anything and build on it and that kind of thing, make sure you get transfer rights so that you have the right to sell it with the remaining lease years left on it. And the good thing is the Philippines, the Senate finally passed fully to raise how much that foreigners can buy land for lease land, for 99 years now. From 75 to 99, they raised the maximum. And it got a lot of criticism and everything else, but it did pass. And that's amazing, because think about it. If you're moving into a condo, right, you're like, buy a condo, Michael, buy a condo. And I may, but that condo building in 99 years from now, what's the chance it's still standing? Because you only own that condo if the condo building is there. If the condo building falls in disrepair after 50 years or just doesn't meet code or earthquake happens or something, anything, that's it. Goodbye. You know, they might give you a discount on the new building they might build in it, but you don't own the land, you own the air in the sky. So a 99-year lease on a property is really probably slightly better, if not very better, than having a condo in the sky. Because you can build whatever you like on it, you can put a fence around it, you can do whatever, and you and your children and probably part of your grandchildren can enjoy that property. And it's, you know, like I said, you can sell anytime. You're just selling the remaining of the lease. So if you live on it 20 years, build a nice house on it, then you sell it out, you got 80 years left on the lease. And for the person who's leasing it, they win because they know one day their great-grandchildren will be left with this very valuable piece of property, and they got 80%, for example, of the property, because that's typical. So if somebody, say a property is 10 million pesos, it'll probably cost you 8 million pesos to buy a 99-year lease. You're not going to pay monthly, you're not going to do anything. You can work out deals, but generally it's 80% of the selling price of the property to get that kind of long-term lease. And I don't even know if that's true. It'd probably 50 years you have to pay 80%. You might have to pay close to 100% to get a 99-year. But that's typical here. It's if you're a foreigner, you're paying basically pretty close to the selling price, but one day that land will return to the original owner. That's what you got to do if you're a foreigner. Anyway, let's see. Are we at 1 hour? 1 hour and 3 minutes on this? All right, so somebody here is saying the association, yeah, so there's 2,000 units in there, and you got to tear down the building, and you're going to have to build a new one. And where's that money coming from, right? So it works out that you get a percentage cheaper on your new future condo. Tell me how much money you made when they tore down your condo, and then you can tell me from your own facts, because I don't want to say, I'm just telling you what the legalese says of that sort of thing. But if you had your building torn down, how much money did you get when you demolished the building and then you built the building and they did all the pre-sales and stuff like that? How much money did you get per unit? Or did you just get a discount for the new units that are going to be put in there? Because they can't give it to you for free, obviously, because they have to build it and they have to demolish, meet new codes, that kind of thing. Just saying. No, but everybody can say that thing, but I probably haven't come into that yet because not a lot of buildings have gotten to a point yet. Because condos are, what, 40 years now, 50 years? And they don't look that great. And if you just keep them, they're not going to have any value. Think about the ones that are falling into disrepair and now are like slumlord places because they're 50 years old, that kind of thing. Anyway, no point in arguing with people on that. Okay, so Laura, you want to say anything before we say goodbye to everybody? It stopped raining. We got to get back to work at farming, eh? You're going to plant a bunch more? Yes. Are you a big cutie? Yes. What are you excited for? What are you excited about?
The farm.
You're excited about the farm? Yeah. Are we going to have pigs? I don't think we're going to have pigs. Are we going to have chickens? You want chickens?
No.
You don't want chickens. You want goats?
No.
So you want pigs?
No.
No? Okay, what do you want? What kind of animal do you want?
Cow.
You want a cow? I want a cow too. That'd be so cool. But we don't have any grass here.
I want a cow.
I know, but we don't have any grass. We'll have to get a farm where we can put cows. I learned big things about cows recently. Yes, yes, there's some very good money in cattle that I didn't know about. And I'm not going to tell anybody because maybe it's this treasured secret. But I guess I'm sure people could Google it. But yeah, you could Google it. So anyway, gallbladder stones. Apparently China buys them like big money. It's like liquid gold. And 1 out of every 4 cows that you process will have gallbladder stones. And then most people don't know that you can sell them into the market in China. You'll have to pay duty. They'll be paying duty and all that stuff and export stuff and everything else. But still, could be a lot more money there than just the meat. Where are you going? You ready to farm? Can I plant you? What will you grow into, huh? Kiddo.
Ow.
What? Let me feel your head. You're a little warm, but not hot. You're okay. You're okay. Yes.
I'm not sick anymore.
You're not sick no more? You're all done being sick? All right, that's cute. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining. I don't want to make this too long because I got to get a lot of stuff done. And because this flu that I just went through, my throat is not loving me for talking too much anyway. What's the matter?
I want to go with the dog.
You want to see your dog? Okay, okay. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Thank you for joining, and thank you for those who are members. You've been in here. I will read these comments afterwards. I'm on a phone. It's really hard to see all these things, but I'll have a better setup eventually here at the farm. But I knew it was going to rain, and I didn't want to have a laptop and all this stuff so that I can see everything. But yeah, actually, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow from the house or something like that. And I'll have Catherine there too, and I'll have a better idea what's going on about going to Dumaguete and setting up a location there. If any of you others have any insights of like locations that you're like, oh no, this is a banging location, it'd be amazing for Canadian beaver, please let me know. Especially if you're in that neighborhood and you're like, there is these units that are empty right now, they would just be perfect, that kind of thing. I'd love to come and see them and try to figure it out because yeah, I want location, location, location. In the meantime, I can't wait to get a lot more growth out of this. It's only been 2 days, so no big deal. But they're like this big, you know. But one day I'm going to be so excited, and this is just going to be full of hydroponics, I think. Not so much the soil. It's going to be full of hydroponics, I think. And that's going to be exciting to build. So we're going to be doing that in the next little bit here. But yeah, maybe tomorrow morning I'll get Catherine on here, and we'll get an update on everything that's going on. Maybe we'll do it from the beaver too. All right? Yeah, that's a walking stick? Why are you so silly? Huh? You say bye to everybody? Why are you so cute, huh? Yes. All right, guys. Gotta go wake Catherine up. All right. See you later, guys. Bless you all. Bye-bye. Did you lock me out? Am I trapped? Am I in jail? Oh, my goodness. Woof, I'm safe. You saved me. Let's get to work. Let's get back to work. We got to get the rest of this stuff planted.